one of the interesting things about what I do is I'm a 21st century painter. And so as a 21st century painter, I'm postmodern. And my work is very postmodern. So it's eclectic in its thought processes, and sometimes it plays with things which are very kind of deep, you know. And so it's meant to be conceptual in its thinking, and I use irony, and I use parody, and I kind of see myself as a visual DJ, and I kind of appropriate. So I take, and I take, and I take, and I resample into a brand new world. And that's exciting. That's one of the parts that I really love when it comes to my art making, that there are no rules, and I'm able to kind of pinch from here and pinch from there and actually bring things together. And you know, so and that's very evident in the work, because you know there's influences from hip hop in the work, you know, and there's, you know, there are lyrics from songs, and there are colours that don't necessarily work together, but I've made them work by bringing in you know, some tertiary colours that actually bring it closer together. For this body of work, this was a body of work that I really wanted to focus on the new worlds, sort of the birth of the new and kind of like the end of the old world. New frontiers, and I wanted it to be something different. I wanted it to represent the loss of innocence, but the birth of something quite new. And so I looked at the Wild West, and I looked at, you know, what happens when you you know, you go and look at characters in the Wild West, like the John Waynes, and you know, you've got your cowboys, and you know, you've got your Johnny Cashes and your pin-up girls, and then I kind of brought in a lot of the melting celebrities. And it's funny because we spend a lot of time in LA, and a lot of people know who Elvis Presley is or know who James Dean is and Marilyn Monroe, but a lot of the younger generation don't. And yet I wanted to represent kind of like the death of the old, but the memory's still hanging on. And hence why these are melting off the wall, almost like melting celebrities. And so Wasteland was all about that. And people say, what about this wall? Why did you bring that into it? Because, I mean, Batman at the moment versus Superman in the movie, you know? And you've got, you know, Captain America versus Iron Man in the you know, in a movie. And so it's like these worlds collide, and what we know to be true no longer exists. And that's what the Wild West was all about. It was about breaking new frontiers. And this is Wasteland. And Wasteland is about death and decay, and the birth of the new. And yeah, and it's an exciting body of work, because it allowed me to kind of dwell into classic comics of the 1940s and 30s, and try to emulate their front covers and create action, colour, and bring about some of the westerns that I grew up with.